All right, guys, Q&A time with Lex. First off, I want to say thank you guys so very, very much for 700,000 subscribers. I'm speechless that every time I get one of these big milestones, it's just astounding to me that I'm in this position. And I know that it took a lot of work for me to get here, but it's because of you guys. And so thank you very, very much for all of your support. It means the world to me. It really does. Truly and honestly, all of you watching right now and everybody who has supported me currently and in the past and the future, you have indelibly changed my and my family's life for the better. So thank you. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's hop into some questions. I don't know how many I'm going to get through, but I've screenshotted a bunch of them here on my OnePlus phone, which I'm going to tell you about a brand new one that they got coming out here in just a minute. But first off, we're just going to go straight into it. This guy right here, Nicholas, he says, personal life intrusion question. Did you have a crush in high school or a girlfriend? And if so, could I share the story? So I didn't plan answers for any of these questions. I just picked some that kind of looked fun. So just off the top of my head, I don't have any that like really stand out that I can think of. Now in college, there were like a string of girls that I dated. They were all in pretty close succession of each other, and none of them lasted very long. I dated them for a couple weeks and move on to the next one. And they kind of got together and they got me an award, and it said Player of the Year or Player of the Month award, and they gave it to me as kind of a you're a jerk, I think. So there was that. But I don't know. Speaking of ladies, got 3 questions in a row here where they were asking, what about Lady Lex? What's your wife's name? Where's your wife? They want to see her. Well, I mentioned this before. My wife isn't really comfortable being on camera. She doesn't like to be on camera, and so I would never try to force her to be on camera. That just doesn't feel right. So she's never in any videos. I've shown you pictures of her, like the ones that are on screen right now, before, but I've never had her in a video, but just because she doesn't really want to be in a video. It's just not her thing. Some people aren't comfortable in front of cameras, and I wouldn't want her to be uncomfortable, so that's why she's never in any videos. So Raftel King wants to know, what's the mindset that granted you success? And I like this question because lots of times it's not just an action that helps you achieve something, but it's the mindset in approaching a specific situation or a goal that you have. And I've always been an extremely hard worker, so I think the mindset is a very strong work ethic that really granted me success. You know, it helps that I'm just a complete goofball, and you guys probably are too, and maybe you can relate to that, but I almost dropped my phone. Whew. But if I would have dropped it, my OnePlus would have been protected. This thing, actually, I've dropped this phone so many times, and it's never broken. Pretty awesome. And speaking of OnePlus, it's a perfect time to segue to the sponsor, and that is OnePlus's brand new phone that you can get for free, the Nord N10 5G. If you watch this channel, then you know that I'm a huge fan of OnePlus phones. I use an 8 Pro every day as my phone, and all my videos are recorded with an 8T. But there is another option that just got released that will give you all the premium OnePlus features, even if you're on a budget. The new OnePlus Nord N10 5G has all the features that you would expect on a premium OnePlus phone. You get that smooth 90 Hz refresh rate, warp charging, a beautiful display, 5G, and a battery that keeps you going all day. And yeah, you even get a charger with it. I know, novel concept, right? And right now, if you switch to Metro Wireless by T-Mobile, you'll get one for free. Click on the link in the description to learn more and to get your very own OnePlus N10 5G for free. Here's a question that I've never been asked before. Matthew says, what college did I go to and what did I major in? The college that I went to, I actually had like 14 different scholarship offers to play baseball for different colleges, but I ended up going to one that was close to home, and it was called the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma, USAO. And I played baseball there, and my major was actually, this is kind of somewhat interesting, was actually deaf education. So I had a really good friend in high school named Chad, and he was deaf, and he taught me some sign language, and I actually took multiple semesters of sign language classes in college, and so I was planning on being a teacher for people with hearing impediments. So yeah. I get asked this one a lot. How tall am I? I am 6 foot tall. Dipalana Gupta, I'm sorry, I probably butchered your name, says, do any of your children take gaming seriously, or are they too good at any particular game? I will say that my youngest son, Riley, he is really into Brawl Stars. I don't know how many trophies he's got. He just started playing not too long ago, but he's like been fascinated with Brawl Stars. He's been playing it a lot, like more than I do. He's been really into Brawl Stars. So other than that, my third youngest daughter, my middle daughter, she'd be like the middle of all the girls. I have 5 daughters. Anyways, the middle one, Felicity, she loves Roblox. She's like all about that Roblox life. She told me a story where she built a house and then trapped somebody in the basement and made them pay to get out or something. I don't know how Roblox works, but she was trapping people in her house and making money off imprisoning them. That's my girl right there. Who is my most obedient child? Not Tilly. She's actually she's a good kid. She's just very rambunctious, right? She's got a lot of it. Maybe that's why you guys like her so much, because she's kind of crazy sometimes. But she's a sweet kid, and she's just hyper and wild. But all of my kids are actually really good. Most of them are, actually not most, they all are very obedient. If I tell them to do something, they'll do it. So they're good kids, and Tilly's just probably the most wild of them all. But she's the youngest as well. Alexander wants to know, what type of kid was I at school? Class clown, annoying, quiet, idiot, all of the above? So I was a jock. I mean, I played baseball and football throughout high school and into college. I was probably more of a class clown because I've always been a goofball. I've been very sarcastic personality. At the same time though, I'm quite the introvert, honestly. Like, I'm perfectly happy being by myself and quiet with nobody around, just me, myself, and I. Granny asks, what's my wildest YouTube dream? Something bigger than the world, your most ambitious goal, the one thing that you want to achieve the most. So I don't really set goals for myself. I don't really have any crazy wild ambitions. I would like to reach 1 million subscribers. I think that would be pretty cool. So let's just go with that. 2 questions from Basic. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? So I used to live for a brief time in very far northern California in a small town called Ferndale, just outside of Eureka, California, and it was beautiful there. The ocean was 2 miles away. We had huge redwood forests 10 miles away, the mountains, rivers. It was just a gorgeous place to live, and I really loved that. But all my family's here in Oklahoma, so I'm staying here in Oklahoma because my family's here. Who is my idol/hero? That's an easy one too, and that's my mother. She taught me to be the person that I am, and she's just honestly one of the best people I've ever known. And so my mother would be my idol, my hero. How old was I when I became a dad? I think I was 24, 25, somewhere right in there. I don't know exactly. You kind of forget after 7 kids. Panda Knight asks, how do you keep up the positive and motivating energy you put out? He thinks I'm genuine and enjoys my videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you enjoy the videos. How do I keep up the positive and motivating energy? Honestly, because I do all kinds of random stuff. So if you're new to my channel, maybe you haven't noticed this, but most people probably have. It's kind of a variety show on my channel, right? I don't just do one sort of video. I don't just just gameplay or just voice actor videos or just 1v1 or comparison videos. I do a mixed bag of all sorts of stuff, and that's what keeps me interested, because if I did the same sort of video just over and over and over again, I would get bored pretty quickly. So I'm always doing, random things. That's why you get a video that's about a Christmas album from Can You Dig It? And that's why you get me Brawl in Real Life, which we're going to talk about here in a second. It's a variety show here, so there's always something different, and that's what keeps me entertained, and that's what keeps me motivated and energetic to keep going. Guy Dangerous wants to know, when will you collab with Kairos like you both used to back in 2019? Please make more fun videos with Kairos. I would love to. I am always open to making more videos, more collabs with Kairos. So hopefully that happens. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm always open, and I'm always looking forward to videos like that because I have a ton of fun with them. Omar asks, when will you schedule streams because your content is gold for me? Well, first off, thank you, Omar. I appreciate the kind words. And yes, I would like to schedule the streams. Oh, if you didn't know, I have a second channel, right? I have a streaming channel where I stream and then I upload videos on that channel of those streams, as well as I have a video that I think I'm going to put up there that I was going to put on my main channel, and then I decided not to. I think I'm gonna put it on the second channel. You guys go subscribe for that. I don't know about scheduling them because my schedule's really kind of wonky. I usually will stream in the mornings, but probably not gonna schedule them, but definitely gonna stream more. So Raven, and first off, thanks for the congratulations, Raven. His question is, if Brawl Stars could team up with another gaming franchise, anime, or show to make special custom skins, what would you like to see? I think that some sort of anime would be really cool. I think that an anime kind of style skin would work really cool, like a Naruto cult. That'd be kind of cool. Any sort of anime, I think, would work well in the Brawl universe. JY Jackie asks, what's your favorite Brawl Stars fan art that he has on his Instagram or Twitter page? Please answer. Jackie, I haven't even looked recently at your Twitter or your Instagram pictures other than ones you've sent me. Which one's my favorite? Clear answer. Let me grab it. This is clearly my favorite JY Jackie fan art right here. Boom. It's good. You guys go check out JY Jackie. Alpha Hydra says, how do you get into the supercell program and any advice to get the requirements? So I don't know exactly what the requirements are. Anybody can go apply to be in the supercell creator program at creators.supercell.com. Go check that out. I don't know the actual requirements. I got in before the program was a thing, but whatever those requirements are, I would say some general advice is it's going to be a grind regardless of what those thresholds are. So don't expect to make a couple videos and have 10,000 subscribers and be disappointed if you don't have that. Just understand that it's a long grind to move up in YouTube. It takes a long time to build value on the site and to get recognized. So don't expect it to be an overnight thing. And I would say don't even make videos and try to be a YouTuber just to kind of get recognition, because if so, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, in my opinion. I think that you should do it because it's something that you enjoy and something that, you have a passion for. Please do an updated studio tour along with your Q&A, says Joven. I can do that, but before I do, let me preface it by saying two things. One, all the things that I have in the studio, you do not have to make good YouTube videos. Take one video on my channel, for instance. 10 things that only, OG brawlers will remember. I made that video and the gear that I had to make that video was about $120 in total. That was all of my gear that I had to make that video. It's got well over 1 million views. The concept and the idea and the storytelling that you do in your video is worth way more to the success of your video than any sort of gear or equipment that you have. It's vastly more important, vastly. Secondly, all of the stuff that I have in my studio, I worked extremely hard for. In fact, most of it was bought with money that I was saving up while I was working 2 full-time jobs. I took all my YouTube money and I have poured it into this studio. So it's pretty much everything I had to buy the stuff for this studio. And of course, that's in big part to you guys and supporting me. So thank you very, very much for that. And I haven't really shown off this stuff because I don't want to feel like I'm bragging. Like I've got this really nice stuff, and I do. So anyways, take it with a grain of salt. You guys have asked a lot for kind of a little studio tour. So Fabian says, what is your income from your YouTube videos you upload? Like the minimum amount that I get. First off, asking about money is always kind of a delicate, kind of strange scenario, right? It just feels odd. It's usually considered pretty impolite to say that or to ask people about money. But I think that people have the, assumption that because you are successful on YouTube, that you're just making just loads of money. And that's not really the case, not for a YouTuber of my size and in this genre, because some videos on YouTube attract different audiences, and some audiences are worth more to advertisers than others. And the gaming audience, especially younger males that watch this channel primarily, advertisers don't pay as much to advertise to you guys as they would, say, a 45-year-old doctor that's watching a video. They're going to pay more because that person actually has the money and buying power to actually buy the product that they're selling. So here's an example right there. My Edgar sneak peek video of the Star Powers, his new Star Powers. Video didn't do that well in terms of views, and I made $90 off of it. So I only put out 3 or 4 videos at most a week. So you can do the math for yourself to see that I'm not like raking in all this crazy amounts of money. So for the people who think that I'm just like going home at night and cracking open the vault and swimming in my money like Scrooge McDuck, it's not the case. IC wants to know, how long does it take to make my 1v1 videos or the Brawler voice interview videos? So those are very different videos and they take wildly different amounts of times. The Brawler 1v1 videos are probably 8 to 12 hours of work, probably closer to 12 hours of work total to make a video. That includes, like recording and then sorting all the data, editing it, and in editing, there's tons of different you see like one thing on your screen, right? But in that one screen, it's not just the interactions. There's like 6 or 7 7 graphics that are layered, they get changed for every interaction, that'll do different things. They're a lot of work. They take a long time. However, the voice actor videos, those actually don't take that much time. I will press record, we'll talk for 45 minutes, it'll get edited down to like 12, 15. There's a little bit of time in research and finding, B-roll that gives more about the people, but those don't take very long time in actual recording. Sapjay asks, what is your favorite game not Brawl Stars? I would like to say, let me think about that, but I already know the answer. It's Genshin Impact. I love Genshin Impact. I think it's just a beautiful game, and I think that it would be so cool if Brawl Stars or if Supercell made a MMORPG game like Genshin Impact or World of Warcraft or something like that. I love those style of games, but I don't think it'll ever happen because those types of games take very large teams to make, and Brawl Stars has very small teams in their games. So I don't think it would ever happen, but Genshin Impact is my favorite game other than Brawl Stars. Speed Brawl Stars with the speed questions. All right, I have 4 questions. I'm gonna start at the bottom. Can I show you my profile in Brawl Stars? Sure, there it is. Do I really go to Kairos' time house to have barbecues? No, Kairos lives in Utah. I live in Oklahoma, so not quite the commuting distance. What's my country? I live in the United States. Is my real name Lex? No, my real name is John. Another batch of questions. Again, we're gonna start at the bottom. Will I remove my hat in my videos? I've done it before, but there's my hair. And the reason why I wear a hat in videos is because I don't comb my hair. It's just easier to wear a hat. How do I record and edit videos and give time to my family? That's a tough question because I've done a poor job of that, to be honest. And so I've hired an editor, shout out Toma. He edits my videos now, so that's actually helped me save a lot of time. And so here lately, I've been forcing myself to leave work a lot earlier so I can be home with the family more often. And what is the secret to your success? I don't think this is just for me. I think this is general. There's 2 things that you need to do to succeed in life. You have to show up every day and you have to give it all you got. It doesn't matter if you want to be a chef, an electrician, a roofer, a businessman, a journalist, whatever it is you want to do, you have to show up every day and you have to give it all you got. And if you do those 2 things and you're pursuing something that you can actually achieve, then I think you'll achieve it. The Young Gamer asks, who is my best friend other than Kairos? So I'm gonna exclude family because I would probably consider a lot of my family to be, close friends, but as well. I would probably say OJ because I've talked to him a lot. Probably aside from Kairos, I talked to him more than anybody else. He's just a really, really nice guy. He's really talented. He's funny. He's genuine. And he's caring. Works ridiculously hard. Like, that guy is a machine. Like, OJ, how do you function, dude? I know you don't have 7 kids like I do, but how? I don't get it. First Brawler asks, what's your favorite memory from Brawl Stars? Oh, this is an easy one. This is easy because after a year and a half of grinding away on Brawl Stars content in beta, the moment when Kairos, myself, and Ash pressed the button to launch Brawl Stars live in the United States, on Android and iOS, that was just the culmination of a year and a half's work and sweat and just grinding away, and it all came to that moment, and it was just like it was just this transcendent moment where it's like, we did it, man. We made it. This is real. We made it. And my channel actually did not take off even then. It didn't really take off for a while, but yeah, that was quite the moment, man. Tamix says, is there more Brawl in real life coming soon? Yes, this is a series that I'm passionate about. I really want to do more. COVID's kind of cramping my style right now, but yes, there is more Brawl in real life coming, I promise you. Cody asks, let's get a Lex and Kairos podcast. Honestly, I don't know why this doesn't already exist. Cody, you're reading my mind, bro. I've pitched this idea to Kairos before. Picture this. Like Good Mythical Morning, but instead of Rhett and Link, it'd be Kairos and Lex. Wouldn't that be freaking cool? Do you guys want a Lex and Kairos podcast? If so, let me know it down below. Maybe we'll make it happen. Do I edit all my videos myself, and have I met any of my friends during lockdown? I used to edit all my videos. I still edit them occasionally whenever Toma's not slacking. No, Toma edits all my videos now and has, like, in April, I think it'll be a year he's been editing my videos. Thanks, Toma, and I appreciate you. Have I met any of my friends during lockdown? Not really. One time I got to go somewhere and I was with Kairos. We were in San Francisco and that was fun, but pretty much no. All right, one last question. And you guys know I always like to end these videos off on a little bit, more heavier note, not heavy, but like more meaningful question. I believe that everything in life teaches us or helps us, even if It's just how to better help others in similar situations. So is there a situation in your life that has taught you or helped you more than you expected, and do you mind sharing? So it's a good question, BC. And I did think about this one beforehand, and the first thing that popped to my mind, and this is kind of a fun answer, and it has Chief Pat in it, but I remember before I was making videos on YouTube, I was a huge fan of Chief Pat. Chief Pat was the first YouTuber I ever subscribed to. I loved his content, his personality, his energy. So I remember when the first King's Cup in Clash Royale was out, me and my son Sawyer were rooting for Chief Pat like big time. I was totally fanboying out, right? I honestly thought that Chief Pat was the best Clash Royale player in the world. I really thought, dude, this guy is like the best player ever. I was young and foolish, Chief Pat. Anyways, and so he was my first YouTuber I ever subscribed to, big fan of his. And I remember I commented on something of his on Twitter, and all he did was just he liked my comment. He gave me a heart, he liked my comment. And I remember very clearly thinking, holy crap, the Chief Pat liked my comment, and I was so excited. I was like genuinely like really happy. And now I see things where like, if I will heart a comment on YouTube, or if I reply to somebody, people are like, oh my gosh, you actually replied to me. And it's because I remember that moment when I felt that way when Chief Pat responded to me. And so what I think that this teaches us is that whether you realize it or not, your words and your actions, no matter how small they may be, can have a big effect on other people. So I would, encourage you guys to watch what you say and what you do. Like, be free with your praise, be free with your, helping and compliments to other people, but be guarded whenever you say something that may be taken the wrong way, because you may not think much of it. Just like I'm sure Chief Pat didn't think much of just like tapping like on a comment, but to me, it meant a lot. So your words and your actions can have a much more profound effect on people than you may realize. So a flippant, offhand comment, maybe you just were joking around with somebody, man, your shoes look stupid. Maybe it was a joke to you, but maybe it wasn't to them. Maybe that's all they could afford and you just really offended them. So watch what you say, be mindful of other people's feelings, and realize how much just a kind word and a helping hand really can make a difference in somebody's life. Okay, so that's gonna wrap it up for the video. Thank you very much for spending time with me, and thank you guys so much for all of your support. I truly, truly do appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.